in all of its, you might say, pre-existing integrity, an integrity you will never have to be responsible for, an integrity you never have had to be responsible for. But it's an integrity that has remained hidden from you because you thought you had to create your integrity. Schooling, certain grades, certain educational institutions, some giving you a better identity than others, you see, and so on. You get the picture.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you for my resurrection.
You are welcome. We are going to take a short break. I just want to say to the last questioner, you wanted a definition of integrity so that you could act like you had it.
Thanks. You're right.
And the fact is that you reek of it. All of you do. And you'll begin to really feel it. When you really begin not to give a damn what anyone else thinks about you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That will not give you the freedom to act without it. But that is it in a nutshell.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are welcome. Hands. The lady in the back.
Thank you, and it's good to be with you again. Along this same line, for the past 6 months or so.
I want you to be with me at least once between now and the next get-together.
Yes, thank you.
At home, just you and me.
Okay.
At least once. I'm sorry to interrupt
I will
you.
welcome that.
But you will need to welcome me in order to welcome the experience. I am saying, let me in on purpose. Welcome me. Invite me.
I am feeling as though I've been doing that in my morning studies. Have you not heard me? I don't mean that facetiously or disrespectfully.
I want to have a conversation with you.
Okay.
I don't want you to just have the pleasant experience of feeling my presence.
Okay.
I want more.
Oh, so do I.
Good.
Wonderful.
Continue.
For the past 6 months or so, I have had specific guidance that it was time for me to dissociate with things of specialness. Things that created the image of specialness about myself, to myself and to others. As part of that process, I have been in a fervent activity of review and release.
That ought to keep you in the picture for a little longer.
And I'm aware that most of that activity has been outer. I guess I'm wondering if I need a correction in my path in this process right now, to get at a deeper level of this. It's feeling very good, what I'm doing, and I'm doing it with...
It is sort of like a coffee purge, isn't it?
It's it's quite wonderful, really, and I'm feeling a lot of release. And of course, the temptation then is to feel special about how well I've done this.
Indeed.
So I think if you could talk some about specialness and just how we...
But let me put it this way.
Yes.
I've said it before. The one thing the ego cannot defend itself against is disregard. So I encourage you to give yourself a little less attention. But how do you do that? It's easy. You ask for someone else's point of view. You ask the Father. You ask me. You ask your guide. The best way to purge you, of you, the specialness of you, is to have something else to do, then give it your attention. Neglect it. Because I promise you, the ego has, like the cleaning establishment that has all of the blouses and on the conveyor belt, there's an endless string of skeletons that it will bring forth and say, here's the next one in your closet to clean out. But it's got an infinitely endless chain of skeletons. You will get to purge yourself forever until you finally realize that you've been hornswoggled into a spiritually progressive process that is nonsense. Now, that's the simple, wonderful answer. Don't go through your day without reminding yourself that you're not alone by inviting a response from the Father or from your guidance. It's when you're all alone that you are especially special. You see? Because you are distinct from everything else. You see? So, even if you did nothing more than say hello to your guidance every 15 minutes, once every 15 minutes, and stop long enough to hear your guidance greet you back, and then go on about your business, that will purge you more of yourself than any of the practices you've been doing Because at least once every 15 minutes, you will not be claiming distinctness from everything else. You see?
Yes. Yes.
So it's not hard work.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why most people don't take this route, because no hard work, no specialness.
Ah, right.
Nothing to be proud of. You know, there's no way for Paul to be proud of what's happening right now, because he knows he's not responsible for it. He knows he's not responsible for it. He's not different from it or separate from it. He's obviously fully involved, but he's not responsible for it. You see?
Yes.
Incompetency is bliss. Personal incompetency is bliss. But it doesn't make anyone meaningless. It's just that the meaningfulness can't be taken credit for from a private, separate standpoint. You see? I said to one of my disciples, "Why callest thou me good?" I knew I wasn't responsible for the goodness that he saw. And I was trying to point out to him that he had his attention in the wrong place to call me good. But at the same time, I am good embodied. Because I am not maintaining a distinct place in the allness of God. You see? I'm not holding myself separate in any way. You glorify God by letting God be all there is there, right where you are. That amounts to neglecting the ego. And that's the one thing the ego cannot defend itself against. And when it cannot defend itself against it, it dissolves, it disappears. You come back into your sanity. You rediscover the Christ that you are. So, there used to be an old radio soap opera called Just Plain Bill. You awake are just plain you. Nothing special. Except just plain you is the Christ. And that ain't special. It ain't special, but it is utterly meaningful. Its meaningfulness consumes everything. And yet it isn't special. Your process of purging is your ego's best way to keep itself alive. Everybody's. Okay.
Thank you very much. I just have a short specific related to this, and that is, was my loss of the photo album in any way connected with this specialness idea?
Yes, it does. Yes, it did.
Mm-hmm.
And when that form of specialness is meaningless to you, you will rediscover the album.
Hallelujah. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Hands. Just a moment. You don't have your hand up, but he's picking on you. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. If you can. He says he doesn't want you to make up a question. He wants you to ask the question you have.
It seems all my questions have been answered. I guess not. No.
Like someone said the other day, if you knew what the question was, what would it be?
My question is about resurrection. My question is about what was happening this morning when I was listening to a tape. And this cry, this moan, this cry that comes when this point is reached about a part dying.
About the what?
About a part of me that needs to die. And it's a part that I'm resisting because I know in this cry that this is ongoing. It keeps coming to this point, and then there's this cry, and then I retreat. And it's a place where there is no words, there's only feeling. And I would like to know how can part of me die, and I would like to know how part of me can die.
You are, and everyone else is too. You are almost totally unaware of how completely, or I will put it this way, you are unaware of the capacity to feel that you have. This moan is you coming in touch with the depth of your capacity to feel. It presents itself as though it's grief, but it's your capacity to love beginning to touch the surface of your awareness so that it registers with you. But you and no one else wants to feel grief, and so you stuff it. You run away from the feeling. You are afraid you will be consumed by it. You are afraid you will be governed by it. And you are also afraid that there is so much grief that you will never get beyond feeling it. When you run away from it, you stuff your capacity to feel. The word soul is often confused with the meaning of the word spirit. Soul is your capacity to feel truth. Soul is your capacity to feel love. Soul is your capacity to feel life, to feel it. Soul is like a sensing organ, if I may put it that way, as opposed to your individuality. Okay? Your conditioned thinking, the ego frame of reference, would have you keep your soul buried out of sight. That is why the intellect is so highly prized by the ego. The only thing that can die about you is that which never was you, but which you believed was you. This moan is the aliveness of you. It is your soul. It is your capacity to feel the meaning of life emerging into your awareness. I will be even more precise. It is the experience of you regaining your soul, if I may put it that way. Because of that, I encourage you to endure the moan as long as you can. I say endure because that's what it feels. That's what it feels like it calls for. Enduring something you would rather avoid. Abide with it. Let it come forward a little more each time. It will not forever feel like grief. If you let it come forth, even though it feels like it will take a century to feel the depth of the grief, the fullness of the meaning of the moan, it will only last 5 or 10 minutes. And you will find it changing into the experience of love that it really was all along. And you will come alive to yourself more fully, you see. As I said, Paul still opts for a few milliseconds, actually more than a few milliseconds, of his day to do what he wants, because it gives him a sense of personal identity to be able to do some things on his own, you see. But when he does that, he runs away from the fullness of who he is, which he will come into the direct conscious experience of when he lets go of the option to run away from the experience. It seems to him that he might as well say goodbye to Susan and goodbye to everyone else, because who Paul thinks Paul is will be gone, and everyone's just going to be left with Raj. And he hopes they're happy. It feels like letting go of the last little bit of right, of the right to do something on his own, constitutes Paul dying, you see, in exactly the same way that you experience this question about a part of you dying, which this moan seems to create a fuller experience of for you. But the two of you, each in your own way, if you will abandon yourself to the moan, to an uninterrupted, for Paul, an uninterrupted experience of being unself-conscious, free of fear, and every good thing. Paul will find that he hasn't disappeared, that everyone will still have him, but who he is and what he is will have been fully illuminated by virtue of his being willing to abandon himself to quote, the end of existence. His capacity to function as the Christ will become fully realized. It's the same with you. The language of the process is different, but the process is the same. Embrace the moan. Don't run away from it until you absolutely have to. Hang in each time with it a little bit longer. Crucifixion feels like a loss. But it's the loss of that which blocks you from experiencing your soul. That's the best way it can be said for everyone. It's the loss of that which blocks you from the experience of your soul. Your capacity to feel the truth about everything. You see?